What's up, gang? Try to find a good spot here. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this quality of rebooting. So we're rebooting commitments, rebooting interests. You can reboot a lot of things, and let's look at some examples. Back in, well, first off, you guys, I always appreciate when you watch these videos, and I appreciate when you comment. I definitely appreciate when you share these videos as well. So please, if you enjoy them, please share them. Take just a moment, hit that share button, and share this video for me. I think there's some good information that could really help some people. So, and also like it and comment. You know, give me your thoughts. Your thoughts make me think deeper about these things. They help me to gain from the experience as well, and to learn more. They also give me more things to talk about when you make comments. So please feel free to engage by commenting. Even if you don't agree with me, that's okay about certain things. I don't have a problem with that at all. So yeah, your presence is encouraged. All right. Okay, so rebooting. The first Clinch Academy that I had was a small space, and I was there for 10 years in that small space, and I used to get really tired of the space, and sometimes I'd get in a mental funk, you know, like, man, I need to get out of this space, you know, I need to get something bigger, something better, and at the time I just didn't have the financial resources to do that. And what I kind of found was that whenever I would redo the space a little bit, you know, I would put some fresh paint on, or change the paint, or just rearrange things a little bit. And I did that quite a few times while I was there. Every time that I did that, it totally changed my my mindset on the space, and kind of rebooted how I felt about it, you know. And I was kind of re-energized and ready to continue training in this space. So it was in that situation, just redoing things, revamping it, you know, remodeling a little bit, giving it some TLC was a pretty good fix, a pretty good reboot to get me back on track. And if you take that and, you know, apply it to other commitments in your life, you know, even in Jiu-Jitsu, we all kind of go through those phases where it's like, man, why am I doing this? You know, my body hurts, or I'm getting tapped out a lot. I don't feel like going today. And what happens is you basically just find yourself getting in a routine that is too much of a routine. Sometimes you have to break out of the routine a little bit and be crafty and experiment and try new things, and it really changes your outlook. So maybe you go to class every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, but you're always rolling with the same exact people, working on the same exact kind of things, and you're just not breaking free from the routine in the classroom, or the routine in the open mat, and the people that you roll with, and how you're rolling. And that can get, you know, get you in a slump. You have to be creative. You have to try new things. And in Jiu-Jitsu, it could be, let's just try some different kinds of drills. What happens, like one of our guys right now, Ian, has had a hurt shoulder, and he's been rolling with, you know, his arm tucked in his belt. And the people who are rolling with him would also tuck one arm in the belt. And I've rolled with him quite a few times like that, and it was so much fun. You know, these are drills that we do sometimes in class anyway, but, you know, on your own personal level, you can incorporate these kind of drills anytime you want during open mat. So we would roll one arm, and, There's just a lot of things that you're going to do when you only have one arm that you're never going to do when you have two, unless you've learned the value of it when rolling with one arm. And that can really awaken your soul almost in Jiu-Jitsu when you discover things like that. You could just roll while holding two tennis balls in your hand so you can't grip like usual. You could roll with your feet tied together. There's all kinds of different ways that you can roll that totally change how you roll, make it more exciting, but also teach you new things that just kind of reawaken you and bring back that excitement that you once had. Also, just rolling with different people. Learning to roll with different kinds of people is important, so you're not getting the same routines and patterns. And if you don't have as many variety of people, then you just sometimes have to try new things and break the pattern yourself. Don't go for the same moves all the time. Try some different things. Get yourself in a little bit of trouble that you got to work out of. And these things can really change the way that you feel. Sometimes, you might have to go on the internet and just look up some different things that are exciting to you in Jiu-Jitsu right now, different techniques that you want to try. Sometimes you got to step off the mat and just watch other people roll. You'll be surprised how much that can do for you sometimes. You step off the mat, you sit down in a chair, and you watch other people roll with a purpose, and you're like, wow. You start to see things that, like, why don't I do that? Oh, that's the same situation I keep getting stuck in. How'd they get out so easy? Those kind of things can really do you a lot of good. So you can also reboot in Jiu-Jitsu, but you can reboot in life. Many different ways. Sometimes you find yourself in a rut. Maybe you're having a hard time in your marriage, a hard time at work, any other kind of relationship, whatever it may be, and you just need to reboot, right? Don't run away, right? Learn to stick to your commitments. It's when things get hard. My quote is, it's between commitment and perseverance that the true man is revealed. Man meaning woman and man, all right? The true person is revealed between commitment and perseverance. We struggle with commitment. A lot of times we struggle with commitment because we never really made an honest, deliberate decision to commit in the first place. We're not serious about our yeses when we say yes to things. We don't take it seriously. So that's step number one, is be deliberate about what you say yes to, what you commit yourself to. But when you make that commitment, man, go for it. And when times get hard, when there's conflict that arises, that's when the true man is revealed. That's where you grow in character. That's where you learn. That's really where the reboot comes from most of the time. And you have to kind of be willing to go through that sometimes to be rebooted. But we tend to run, we tend to shy away, and never give ourselves that opportunity. So we think the reboot is to actually go do something different, get away from this and go do that, and reboot excitement. But at the end of the day, we're not happy with ourselves when we do that. We know we kind of failed at something, and it does eat away at you. If you can ignore it, but it's going to affect you. It's going to affect you in your soul, at a soul level, and you're not going to be satisfied with what you've done. So face up to the challenge and learn different ways to reboot from within the challenge. In a marriage, sometimes that might be maybe you and your wife need to get away and go somewhere, maybe just on a vacation, maybe to a marriage conference, somewhere where you can seek wisdom and other guidance from other married couples who are also struggling. Maybe Maybe you just need to talk to somebody about it and get some different perspectives. Maybe you need to try new things as far as communication is concerned, or going out on dates and whatnot. Try to increase that schedule. There's many things that you can do to try and reboot. So in marriage, in your job, maybe you're having issues in your job, and you kind of need to reboot. What can you do in your current situation at your current job to bring back some excitement? Maybe you just need to change your perspective on why you're there, and who you're working for. Sometimes we get stuck, I'm working for my boss, I'm doing this and doing that, where really, even though you want to work for your boss and serve your boss in the best way that you can, ultimately you need to work for yourself. You need to work and do your best job to be satisfied with yourself and what you're doing. So take ownership of what you're doing. Sometimes taking ownership of your position really helps you to reboot as well. You have ownership and you have stewardship. And while it's great to be an owner of something, ownership allows for you to, the best part of ownership is that it allows for you to share and delegate and do things like that. Where then you have stewards. So if you are an owner or a manager of a company and you have you start to hire people, you're kind of hiring stewards, people who you're hoping and trust in that can do a good job with the task given, with whatever's given. So there's a true blessing in stewardship when you look at it from the perspective that the owner or the boss or the manager or whoever has faith in you, that you can do a good job, possibly even a better job with what they have given you than they can. And that's a true blessing when you look at it that way and you serve people in that way. In a sense, that brings stewardship up to this almost an ownership level. You're taking ownership for this position, even though it's ultimately not yours. It was given to you as if it is yours, and that's actually a really good place to be if you have the right mindset. So maybe you could do something like that to reboot in your job right now. In any case, you guys, this is a life success quality, the quality of rebooting. And I'm sure you guys are smart and can think of many different ways you could apply this idea on your own, in whatever situation that you may be in that you feel requires a reboot. But think about it, give it a shot, try to be creative in finding new ways in order to reboot. But the challenge is to commit to things, not to run away from them. When you're struggling with them, practice rebooting and refining that energy and that excitement that allows you to keep going and keep pressing forward with more life, right? So yeah, something to consider. Thanks for listening once again. If you like this video, please share it, like it, comment on it, do any of those things, all of those things. I greatly appreciate it. And look forward to our next video. What's up, Miss Betty? See you soon.